Hello students, so today we will start with a new chapter, that is how do organisms reproduce. And students, please revise the previous portion, okay, from the beginning. Start revising and practice as much questions as you can, especially in chemistry. Okay students, which life process is important for continuity of life? Anyone of you can answer? You are not answering. Reproduction. Reproduction is a life process that is important for the continuity of life. Is reproduction the characteristic properties of all living organisms? Yes. Reproduction is the characteristic property of all living organisms. All living organisms, whether microorganisms, whether animals, plants, they all reproduce. Okay. Now, what is reproduction? Children, reproduction is defined as a biological process in which an organism gives rise to young ones. Okay, and these young ones are also called as offsprings. So if I say offspring means young ones, okay, so here the young ones are formed and these young ones are similar to itself. Okay, and reproduction is necessary for maintaining the existence of species on the earth, because if the animals will not reproduce, they will grow, they will mature and they will die. Okay, so it is important for the existence of species and for increasing the population of species. I hope it is clear to everyone now. Okay, and children, if you have doubt, you can ask in the middle of the class also. Okay, now we have studied that in class 9 you have studied that in the cell there is a nucleus, and in the nucleus is present chromosomes. Chromosomes are present in the nucleus, and chromosomes, they are called as the heredity material. They pass the information from the parents to the next generation in the form of DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid molecules. Now children, you have seen here, I have told just in the definition of reproduction that the young ones are similar. Okay, the body design, the basic body, they are identical to the parents, that is similar. How is it possible? Because in the nucleus of the cell are present chromosomes, and we say chromosomes are the heredity material. Now these chromosomes contain the information, it contains all the genetic information, okay, about an individual, about the diseases, about the eye colors, hair color, everything that information is present in the chromosomes. And these chromosomes, they are transferred to the offspring from the parents through the process of reproduction. Understood? Like, or I would rather simplify it more like that, chromosomes, okay, these chromosomes are actually nothing but they are DNA fragments, that is deoxyribonucleic acids. Okay, now in DNA, amino acids are arranged in certain specific sequence. Okay, 3 amino acids together form one protein, then another 3 amino acids form another protein. So the combination of 3 amino acids will form a protein. Okay, so there are many amino acids which are arranged in a group of 3. So these 3 amino acids, they form a protein, and this protein, it controls the function. Okay, it decides the function, or it so DNA is actually, it contains the information for the synthesis of proteins, and it is these proteins which control the, or which decide the basic body design and other genetic information. Understood or no? So, and in a DNA, these proteins are not repeated. Okay, and if any of the amino acid or if any of the instruction or the information in the DNA changes, or if any of the amino acid changes, then what will happen? The protein will be changed, some other protein will be formed, and that protein will control some other character. It may change the body design. Is it clear? I hope it is clear to everyone. If you have any doubt, you can ask. So chromosomes are nothing but they are DNA only. Understood? And this DNA actually contains the genetic information. But children, now parent cells, they have DNA. In the nucleus, chromosomes are present. But these chromosomes has to be transferred to the offspring. These exact chromosomes or exact copies of DNA that is present in the parent has to be transferred to the offspring. Then only the offspring will be similar. So one important thing is this, that in the nucleus of the cells there should be 2 copies of DNA. Understood or no? Okay. So basic event in the reproduction is the creation of a DNA copy. So if there will be 2 DNA copy, one will remain in the parent and another one will pass to the offspring. So then this all is not required. Just the process of formation is not required, like DNA replication and those things are not required at this stage, okay, that you will study in your higher classes. Now what happens? Cells, they use certain chemical reactions to build copies of the DNA. Okay, by some process the copies of the DNA is built in the nucleus, and this creates now 2 similar copies of DNA in the reproducing cell, and they will need to be now, but 2 copies are produced, 2 copies are formed in the reproducing cell, 2 copies of DNA are formed, but they need to be separated from each other. So one method is कि 1 copy of DNA can be kept in the original cell and simply pushing the other one out. But that will not work. Why that will not work? If we will simply push 1 copy of DNA out, that will not work, because the copy pushed out would not have any organized cellular structure for maintaining life processes. Okay, because it needs a cellular component, cellular apparatus. So therefore, DNA copying is accompanied by the creation of additional cellular apparatus, and then the DNA copies can be separate. So in this way, 1 cell is divided to form 2 cells. I hope it's clear to everyone. Okay, so understood. So in the 1 cell, the 2 copies are created. Then what happens? That cell, because another copy cannot be pushed out as it needs the cellular apparatus. So what happens then? That original cell divides into 2 cells, and the new copy, it is pushed in the another new cell formed. So from 1 cell, the 2 cells are formed. Understood? Now, children, 2 cells will be identical to each other, but if any change occurs in the DNA, then another protein will be formed, or basic design will be changed. Understood or no? So this is all about DNA copying and transfer of hereditary information from parent to the offspring. Now children, what are variations? Now, as I told you, like in like I told you, the DNA copy will be transferred from the parent to the offspring. So the offspring will be similar. But if there occurs a change in the DNA, what will happen? There will be a change will be seen in the offspring, and this is called as variations. Variation means change. Understood? So variations in biology, any difference between cells. Okay, if there are 2 cells which are similar, suppose there are many cells, not 2 cells, and they're exactly similar to each other. And let us say all the cells are blue in color. Okay, now out of so many cells, if 1 cell develops blue color, we say variations are there. So variations mean just simply changes. So in biology, any difference between cells, individual organisms, or group of organisms of any species caused either by genetic differences, okay, or by the effect of environment on the expression of genetic potentials is called as variations. Children, variations are very much useful also. Variations has harmful effect also, but they are useful also. You can see here in this picture, you can see here these are the different offspring from the same parent. Now two offsprings are exactly similar. You can see the tail color is blue, but in the third one the tail color is purple. So these are the variations. How the variations are important? Children, if there were a population of bacteria living in a temperate waters, and if the water temperatures were to be increased by global warming, most of the bacteria would die. Okay, if suddenly the temperature increases, most of the bacteria would die. But if there are some bacteria which are resistant to heat, what will happen? They will tolerate the temperature, high temperature, and they will survive, and then they can produce and they can form the more bacteria. So this is a variation in a population of so many bacteria which are exactly similar to each other. There were some bacteria, there were few bacteria which were resistant to heat. Means they have a heat resistant gene. So these, I can say that they are variants. So in this way variations are important also. Okay, now children, there are reproduction. There are mainly two types of reproduction, that is sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction involves single organism. In asexual reproduction, it involves single organism. There is no male parent and there is no female parent. Only one parent or one organism is there. In sexual reproduction involves one or two organisms. Now how one? Because like if you take the case of a bisexual flower, in the bisexual flower what happened? Flower organism, it is one, but in that flower both the male and the female reproductive organs are present. That is, anthers and the pistils both are present in the same flower. Here in asexual reproduction, no production of gametes. Gametes are not produced. You all know what are gametes. Gametes are the sex cells which are produced in the sex organs. So here in asexual reproduction, gametes are not produced. But in sexual reproduction, male and the female gametes are produced. Male gametes are produced in male reproductive organs and female gametes are produced in female reproductive organs, and they are also called as male sex cells and female sex cells. Okay, now children, there are two types of cells. One are the body cells and one are the reproductive cells. Body cells are present all over the body. But these reproductive cells, which are also called as gametes, are present only in the reproductive organs. Okay, and these gametes take part in the sexual reproduction, which you will study later on. Now, in asexual reproduction, it requires mitotic division, and sexual reproduction requires meiotic divisions. Okay, this I will explain you when we will start next chapter. Here the offsprings are identical to the parent. Offspring are exactly identical, similar to the parent, because only one parent is involved. But in sexual reproduction, the offspring is not identical to any one parent. Offspring will have the characters of male parent also and the female parent also, because the gametes are formed. So the male gametes are formed. The male gamete will contain the male chromosomes, which will contain the characters of a male parent, and the female gamete will contain the female chromosomes, which will have the character of a female parent. And what will happen? Both the gametes will fuse. Okay, during reproduction process, the male gamete and the female gamete, both the gametes will fuse and it will form a zygote, which will form an offspring. So the offspring now contains the chromosome of the male parent also and chromosomes of the female parent also. So the offspring will have some characters of both the parents. Understood? Now you come to last point. It occurs, asexual reproduction occurs by budding, fragmentation and sporulation. And here sexual reproduction occurs by pollination and fertilization. Is it clear, all of you? Modes of reproduction by unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms are the organisms which have only one cell, but they are living organisms, so they will perform all the characteristics of living organism, and reproduction is also one of the characteristic of living organism. What is fission? Children, fission means to break, and fusion means to join. Now, fission in simple terms is splitting of the cell into two or more cells. Okay, one cell, it is broken into two or more cells, and each small cell, the new cell which is formed, is called as a daughter cell. So here also the number of cells have increased. So this is the process of reproduction. Okay, now fission is of two types. One is binary fission and another is multiple fission. Now children, binary fission, just understand the term. Binary fission means what? To break into one or more pieces, and binary means two. So binary fission means when one cell is broken into two pieces which are equal. Okay, so binary fission, in binary fission the parent cell, okay, it splits into two halves on maturity, and example is amoeba and paramecium. Okay, amoeba and paramecium belong to which group of microorganisms? Protozoas. Okay, now you can see in the picture, children, this is the parent amoeba. You can see the nucleus in the center. Now what will happen first? The nucleus in the center will elongate. Okay, first actually the nucleus divide and then the cytoplasm divide. So the division of the nucleus is called as karyokinesis, and the division of the cytoplasm is called as cytokinesis. So first here in the nucleus will elongate, and then afterwards the groove is developed in the plasma or the cell membrane. Okay, the groove is developed, and then afterwards the nucleus will divide into two parts, and this groove will deepen, and the cytoplasm will also divide into two parts. Okay, you can see here. So first there is a division of the nucleus followed by the division of the cytoplasm. Now we come to multiple fission. Children, in multiple fission, it is the process of asexual reproduction in which instead of two daughter cells, many daughter cells are produced from a parent cell. In this, the nucleus undergoes repeated division, okay, to produce large number of nuclei, and each nucleus along with a little bit of cytoplasm forms a membrane around it. So large number of small cells are formed. Here this is the parent cell. You can see in the picture, this nucleus will divide, redivide, and you can see so many nuclei are formed, and each nuclei is surrounded by a cell membrane, and a little cytoplasm gathers around each of the nucleus, and here cyst. Now outside the cell membrane also appears, or the cells, they develop a some protective tough covering which is called as a cyst. So when the cell breaks, when the cell membrane ruptures, all these small cells, they are thrown out, they are released, and they can be follow the process of multiple fission. Here the example is Plasmodium. Plasmodium is the malarial parasite. So children, we will do till here today, and please, whatever I have explained you, please revise it and complete the assignment. Thank you, children.